This lesson is about more on chromosomes and karyotypes. So let's get started. You will use page 84 from your packet as we complete this lesson. Okay, so we asked the question earlier, do more complex organisms have more chromosomes than simple organisms? And remember, the answer to that question is no. For example, a hermit crab has 254, an earthworm has 36, and a Virginia possum has 22. So it has nothing to do with complexity. And remember, what are the two types of chromosomes? Remember, we have sex chromosomes and autosomes. Obviously, sex chromosomes determine the biological sex of the individual, and autosomes are our non-sex chromosomes. If you look to see what's highlighted in green, those are the sex chromosomes. What's highlighted in yellow are the autosomes, the non-sex chromosomes. So we have 22 pairs of autosomes and 1 pair of sex chromosomes, and that would make a total of 46. Again, sex chromosomes are chromosomes that determine the biological sex of an organism. They can either be an X or a Y. Remember, if you're a female, you have 2 X sex chromosomes, and if you're a male, you have an X and a Y. Autosomes are non-sex chromosomes. They do not determine the sex of an organism. Humans, again, have 44 autosomes and 2 sex chromosomes for a total of 46. What are homologous chromosomes? Homologous chromosomes are chromosome pairs, one from each parent, that are similar in length, gene position, and the centromere location. The position of the genes on each homologous chromosomes are the same. However, the genes may contain different alleles. So you can see all the different colors, and each color is representing a homologous pair. So you got pair 1, pair 2, pair 3, etc., so forth. Those are all homologous chromosomes. One came from mom, one came from dad. Again, you can see that there are genes on homologous chromosomes. They're the same gene, but they might be different alleles. So in this pair, you can see that this person has a big A allele and a big A allele. They just happen to be the same. But if you look further down on the chromosomes, you can see a big B allele and a little b allele. Those are different versions of the gene. Again, the blue is the paternal version of the chromosome, and the pink is the maternal version of the chromosome. Again, when you look at a pair of homologous chromosomes, remember that each chromosome is composed of 2 sister chromatids that are identical. So when you look at these homologous chromosomes, you can see that they both have the gene for eye color right here and right here. Now, the versions of those genes may be different. At this position, you have the gene for enzyme A, and over here you have the gene for enzyme A. Down here you have the gene for cytochrome C, and here's the gene for cytochrome C. Again, this chromosome was inherited from mom. This chromosome was inherited from dad. Now let's take a look at karyotypes again. Remember that a karyotype is a photograph of the chromosomes in a cell. And this is a healthy male karyotype. There are 2 number 1s, 2 number 2s, etc., so forth. There's going to be 46 chromosomes. But if you look down here at the 23rd pair, you can see an X and a Y. So this would be a male karyotype. On the right-hand side, you can see that there are 2 X-sex chromosomes. So this would be a healthy female. So what 2 things can you tell about the individual by analyzing a karyotype? You can tell biological sex, male or female, and whether the person has a chromosomal disorder, whether they have an extra or missing chromosome. And when they do have an extra or missing chromosome, that's called something that's called aneuploidy. Again, having an abnormal number of chromosomes. Now, what causes the abnormal number of chromosomes to occur? It's a chromosomal mutation It's a type of mutation that occurs when chromosomes do not separate properly during meiosis. And remember, meiosis is what forms your sex cells, your gametes, egg and sperm. And the actual name of the mutation is non-disjunction. And so what you end up having is the result is an egg or a sperm with extra or missing chromosomes. For example, Down syndrome, there are 3 chromosome 21s. Now, when you look at the figure to the right, non-disjunction can happen in meiosis 1. And if that happens, then all 4 daughter cells are going to have an abnormal number of chromosomes. Sometimes non-disjunction can happen in meiosis 2. And if that's the case, you have 2 abnormal egg or sperm and then 2 normal. So non-disjunction can happen in meiosis 1 or meiosis 2. Again, looking at karyotypes, normal humans have 22 pairs of autosomes and 1 pair of sex chromosomes. If any of the chromosomes are missing or added, the person will have a chromosomal disorder. So again, when we look at this karyotype, notice what's highlighted in yellow, that there are 3 number 21s. There should only be 2. So this person has 47 chromosomes, and the one that is extra is in the 21st pair. So this is a biological male. It's male because I can see that it has an X and a Y with Down syndrome. Okay, now I would like to share my document camera and go over a couple more karyotypes with you. This is packet page 80. So this is packet page 80, and you have 3 karyotypes. Again, when you look at this first karyotype, this is of a normal female. There are 2 homologous chromosomes in every pair for a total of 46. And when I look at the 23rd pair down here in the bottom right-hand corner, I see 2 X sex chromosomes. There's not a Y, so this would be a female. On this karyotype, again, there's 2 homologous chromosomes in all the pairs when I scan through them. But when I look at the sex chromosomes, there's a much smaller Y and an X sex chromosome. This would be a biological female. When I look over here at this karyotype, to determine the sex of the individual, I can see that there's 2 X sex chromosomes, so it's a biological female. And then this person has a genetic disorder. You can see that there's 1, 2, 3 in pair 21. So this person does have a disorder. It is Down syndrome. And how do I know? Because there are 3 number 21s. And so this would be a person with Down syndrome, and it would be a female.